S.H.Figuarts review. This is Black Lady from Sailor Moon. This review is way overdue. This figure came out quite a while ago. Oops. And anyway, this is like a... I don't watch Sailor Moon, so I'm not quite sure who she's... I think I know who she is, but I'm not going to say it in case someone will say spoilers. Anyway, here's the box open up with the figure posing, doing different poses there. Got the 20th anniversary logo right there, and Panda is actually currently going through all the sailors again, doing slight recolors or slight alterations to make them match the new anime, so they can make more money on the cheap. And of course, the new ones have more accessories. Well done, Bandai. Screw you. Let's look at the top of the box. I like that sort of silhouette logo going on there, and just warning signs on the bottom, and on the back there you have more images. Again, standard Sailor Moon box art where they showcase different faces that you can get with this figure, some accessories and different poses. When you push this out, it's a big box because she has quite a big amount of accessories. She has a dark purple colored backing card for her box. See that right there? And she also has a pretty big instruction sheet because she actually comes with quite a lot of stuff here. If you want to take a closer look at this instruction sheet, box art, as well as photo shoot the figure, please feel free to head over to the Facebook or Flickr link in the video description below. I mean, my god, that's actually quite a lot of stuff going on here. So, top tray lifts up very easily. Let's see, this lid also opens up pretty easily. The one upside to this is that the Tamshi stage at display stand is not in a little baggie, and it's actually in here. Oh, the lid of this is holding the Tamshi stage bar, the display pole, and this piece comes off. Should come off easily enough because the Sailor figure's hands are always attached to something like such. So with accessories, we have the extra bar here that's actually useful for holding up the little kitty head bomb that has a hole at the bottom there. This kitty head bomb is right here. This little antenna is soft enough plastic that I don't have to worry too much. There's actually a hole that goes all the way through this. See that hole? The kitty bomb from the Sailor Moon sort of a dessert cakes pack. That one was a remet pack of Sailor Moon accessories. Had a lot of each character had one box of accessories, including school books, bags, etc. And it also had one of these bombs in it. So that one looked pretty good. A lot bigger than this. I guess the scale's not too correct, but it was a good piece. And speaking of stuff that this goes with, it also comes with a little transparent hard plastic transparent stand. So you just put that there, and then you can put the bomb on it, and look, oh, it's on the floor now, on a little block, just like that. So yes, you have the standard Sailor Moon style stage jack in the shape of a heart. This is Black Lady right there. You have an extra clip here to use for attaching this big piece, a weird scarf, which is just a single piece. It's not quite going in. Come on. Yeah, it's quite hard to plug in, but it plugs in, and this just holds up a giant scarf, which is a transparent pink plastic with a bit of metallic coloring on it. It's a single piece, but there's a huge, ugly molding joint right there. And if you take this attachment off, I'm going to try it now, hopefully not breaking it. Oh no. I kind of warped the plastic a little bit. Oh boy, this is going to be hard to get off. I'm not really sure how to pull this off without breaking. Let's hope I don't break it. See, I don't keep these Sailor figures. They get given to someone. Yeah, this ball peg joint thing is really tight, which causes this little transparent ball peg to warp the plastic a little bit. So I don't recommend pulling or attaching this too often because this seems to be a little bit fragile, unless you sand this ball down just a little bit so it's not as tight. It's far too tight. Plus you also have the extra stage arm and stage hand to hold the character up, and finally you also have a tennis racket They got a transparent plastic in the middle, and they've yeah, they molded the grid on it, so it almost looks like the little strings there, but it's not. It's just one single piece of plastic. Still, it's a pretty good effect actually. It's a soft-ish, so won't worry too much. We can definitely snap and break that. And you also get I said tennis, I meant badminton. You have to get a single badminton to go with it. I wonder if it actually works. Like you can actually bounce it and stuff. No. Well, I can't anyway. Other accessories. She actually has fists on her by default, which is the first for one of these Sailor figures. Usually you have spray open hands for these figures, and have the fist as an extra piece. So you got and she's got a kind of pissed off face, a O face, a half face, and a determined angry face, and upside down moon on the forehead on all of them. Crazy hair going around, and you got this hand storage peg system that you can get in a lot of the other Sailor figures. She has item holding hands, relax hands, spray open hands, and what's that last hand for? Tennis racket holding hands? Oh no, must be the badminton holding hand. Yeah, so you get her out, and oh, yep, lots of plastic falling off her. She's got two big bags surrounding her hair, just like Sailor Moon, to protect it. So you got a lot of baggies going on all over her. And yeah, she definitely looks very fragile, like a lot of these Sailor Moon figures, but she's got extra fragile bits, these bits there. Yeah, feels like dried glue, the durability. Oh no. Yeah, these will definitely break if you bend them too much. So be really careful. They should use more rubbery material, like this dress. This dress is really rubbery. It's got these two blue layers underneath there, and third, so you got a lot of layers going on, painted inside and out. That's pretty cool. Yeah, articulation. So you got the upper neck joint there. Be extra careful with this. Look. Don't like those sounds. Look up. Look down. Let me just zoom out a little bit and focus on it. And she can look full rotation, sideways, and hair on ball joints. Again, be careful with these. I can't stress that enough. These, really careful with these. And arm is on double ball joint, ball and peg, swivel joint here, and goes up, down, full rotation, kind of. God, I'm really scared handling this. Can this go back down? There we go. Single elbow joint on both sides, and hand is on a peg this time. No, a little ball. It's on a little swiveling joint. That's good. So full rotation up and down. And it also has the upper ball joint there. Oh, double joints, so that's good. That's lots of articulation there. I said I was being careful, I just went flip. And okay, legs, are they on? What kind of joints are they on? Okay, standard Sailor Moon leg joints, so they're probably the same mold. Down, up, so double joints there. Remember my first Sailor Moon video, her leg snapped because that joint was glued down and was stuck. So leg goes up a lot, up, due to the dress restricting this a lot. Single knee joint, leg goes down, leg goes up, broke her leg, ah! And that's that. Does she stand well? Can I just get her to stand? Come on. Yeah, these figures are going to be kind of hard to pose. She actually stands pretty well because her dress is like helping her up. So, this Figuarts, this is the second Sailor related Figuarts that's been damaged. If you don't remember my first Sailor Moon Figuarts, the leg was somehow glued the wrong way and the leg peg snapped. Another Sailor had the same problem with the legs, but I didn't move it, so that leg can't move down like from the hip joint. So the posing is limited, but at least that's not broken yet. This one's hand peg, right hand peg, broke, snapped when I was pulling the fist off, just like that, just like pull, snap, oh, gone. And I was thinking, why is it so fragile? And the problem is the rest of the figure, the problem's all over it. For the price you're paying for this figure, this is expensive Figuarts, and you think you get a lot of it, but what's the point of getting a lot of stuff if the figure is going to get broken? And the reason for it getting broken is that the clutch, the tightness of all the joints is very inconsistent, which can arguably be the same problem for some of the other Sailor figures. So, I've replaced her hand joint with, you can see it's grey right now if you can look carefully, with the joint from the Body Chan figure, the bootleg one, because it's cheaper. I've plugged it in there, and that one's got a ball peg on the end as well. A little ball to attach the hands to, and all the other hands fit fine. Actually quite loose. But when I fit the fist that was originally on the figure onto the peg, it's a lot tighter. In fact, it feels like a normal peg, whereas all the other hands feel loose. Meaning that the fists that were originally on the figure were far too tight, that's why it snapped. And I'm scared that the left hand will snap as well. And this is not the only point where it's too tight. The face swapping is far too tight. Obviously these things are already fragile enough, I can't put that much strength on it, but if you don't put strength on the face, it's impossible to pull off. Not just the face, the front hairpiece as well that has to come off before the face. Far too tight. It's got the kind of sounds when you try to rip it open. And it's so tight that when you push the other face back in, you got to put a lot of force in to push the pegs back in. Which at this point I'm thinking the face pegs are going to snap at some point. And if not the face pegs, then the hair pegs, because the hair is actually made of a transparent plastic, which is more fragile than non-transparent plastics. And as far as toys are concerned, anyway, that's how it's felt like a lot of the times. So I cannot recommend this figure at all, because it's gonna break. And in terms of posing, I mean, the accessories are fine, different faces are fine, they're printed fine, the stage act's also printed quite nicely, tennis racket, the badminton racket, and the badminton's also quite fine as well. Another joint that's too tight is the white peg that attaches her purple scarf thing onto a stage act. That peg is also far too tight. When you're trying to pull that off, the ball joint on the back of the scarf, a white line appeared. Like the plastic was stretching, it was gonna snap. Meaning that this is one of those accessories that you can only attach once and don't pull it off, because the more you do that, the closer you are going to get to breaking it. And when you do put that onto the stage out, the scarf is almost impossible to pose the figure in it without messing it around. And as for the legs, in terms of posing, yeah, her legs can move a lot, but her dress does get in the way. And it's really hard to fold. I mean, it's soft material, but it's really hard to fold out of the way for her to do more epic poses. So, especially for the price, even if this was half the price, then actually if this was half the price, I'd say maybe, but I still wouldn't recommend it to anyone unless they're a hardcore SailorMoon fan. This might be one of the worst Figuarts I've reviewed, and overall, Sailor Figuarts have been, the quality in all of them, I thought they were improving, but in the entire line of SailorMoon figures, compared to other Figuarts like Kamen Riders, etc., the SailorMoon line has been a disaster for me personally. If you think different, please leave a comment below. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course, take care and have a nice day. I'm not having a nice day.